get you started using Canvas, the first thing we need to do is to get you logged into your account for the first time and start getting your user settings set up. Now, on an iPad, you're for the most part going to use your Canvas app, which looks a lot like this. But for the purposes of setting up your account, you're going to want to do that through the web. There are some things that you're going to want to do that you cannot do through the app in the initial setup phase. So what you're going to do is you're going to go into Safari and you're going to go to yorktown.instructure.com. There, you're going to be prompted to log in to your Canvas account for the first time. You're going to enter your username and password, and this is the same username and password that you've used to log into your iPad, that you used to log into My Big Campus. Those are all going to be the same. So you'll put that in. Now, for the purposes of this demonstration, I'm going to use a student account so you can see what it looks like on the student end. When you log in, you're going to see what's called your dashboard or your landing page. It shows any recent activity that you have, anything's coming up. You're going to see a message at the top that's going to say, hey, are you sure you don't want to do this in the Canvas app? For right now, you don't. We're going to, again, operate from here. So what you're seeing now is this is called your global navigation. It's this part along the top, and it's called that because it never goes away. No matter where you go in Canvas globally, that same menu is going to be available. So what you will see is you have access to your courses here, any courses that you are enrolled in, and you'll see that the student is just enrolled in one course at this time. You all can also see grades. Canvas gives you the ability to look at all the grades for the things that you've done. So if you have those, they can be found there. Keep in mind, this is only what is displayed in Canvas. If you want to find your accurate grade for your course, you're still going to need to go into PowerSchool to find that. You also have a calendar that shows all of the events from all of your courses on here. You see that you have your name and it'll have a color code here, so any events that you put in on your own will show in that color. Any that come up from your courses will be a different color that's specific to that course. So in this demo course that I have Abby enrolled in here, I have it color coded green, so everything on her calendar that's green would be assigned to that course. So you have the ability to create events in there, but all of the events that your teachers create for you will land on this calendar. So this is a really good feature that you're going to want to be sure and check out. Now, across the top, you have what's called your user settings. You'll see your name. In there, it's your profile information, and we're going to set that up in just 1 second. You also have an inbox, which is a messaging system within Canvas, and we're going to talk about that later in your training. You have a settings tab that controls your user settings. You have the ability to log out of your account, and then you have a little help tab. In this help tab, I do want to show you real fast. There are some really good things in here that can help you when you're just learning to use Canvas. There's something called the Canvas Guides, and if you click on that, if you're having a problem using Canvas in any way, you can type in what it is you need to look for, and those Canvas Guides I found to be very, very helpful. So that's something you may want to know about, and you may want to use that tool later on. So right now what we're going to do is after you're logged in, we're going to go into your name. And what that is going to do, just a second here, is it's going to take you into your student profile. And you'll see your full name here, your display name, the things that people are going to see when you're in Canvas. You have the ability in Canvas to link your Canvas account with some other accounts you have, like your Twitter account perhaps. We're not going to worry about doing that right now. But as you get older, you may want to do some of those things. You'll also see in Canvas, your Canvas account is tied to your email address. And this is the email address that we have given you for school. Now, I know that not all of you check that email address. So this is going to get very important when you start setting up your notifications. It's going to be very important that you're aware of this email address or that you add another one. This is your contact information within Canvas. And like I said, we've given you an email address to use. You can add a Gmail account if you'd like, or any other email account that you have of your own that you use more frequently. The idea is that your notifications will be sent to this, so whatever you're going to check is what you should use. In addition, you can add another contact method. You could add your cell phone, which is really good. You can receive texts from Canvas, so when your teachers give you an assignment or message you or something like that, you can get a text even telling you, which is really nice if you have a phone to do that. So to get started, the first thing I'm going to show you is how to add a profile picture. It's important that you're going to want to do that so that your teachers can have a face with your name, especially here at the beginning of the year. So you'll just click on that blank picture icon, and then you can select choose a picture, and you have the ability to take a photo or to pick one out of your photo library. I'm going to let Abby go ahead and pick her own picture. I don't want to do that for her. But when you do that, you'll just hit save and it will upload right into your user settings there. The next thing I want to show you, I want to go back over here to these contact information a bit. You see your school email address. You can add an email address if you'd like. You just click on that, add an email, and you add it there and register it with Canvas. The other contact method, like I said, was your cell. And what you can do is enter your cell number, enter your carrier, so if it's Verizon or AT&T, and then register that with Canvas as well. So I did want to show you how to do that because the next thing I'm going to show you is your notifications. So you're going to go over to the side here under notifications. And what this is going to do is this is going to allow you to decide what you're notified about. Now you can set it up where no matter what your teacher does in here, you get notifications about everything. But really, those things aren't that important. Not all those things are. You can be selective. You don't want to be getting a bunch of texts and a bunch of emails. So you can be a little more selective about what you get. Specifically, I want to skip down here into conversations. I showed you earlier, and we'll talk more about it later, there is an inbox feature in Canvas. It's like an email, a messaging thing. And that's going to be very important that you're aware when someone messages you. Now, your teachers can message you. You can message your teachers, but you cannot message one another. But it's going to be important that if your teacher takes the time to make a message to you, that you get it. So I would certainly want to be notified of that right away. So you'll notice when somebody sends you a message, a conversation message, it's going to be defaulted to text you or email you as soon as possible. And you're going to want to leave it that way. There are some other things, like if your teacher gives an announcement in your course, that you want to know that right away. But if your teacher add some course content to your course, you might not want to be notified of that. They'll tell you when they want you to see those kinds of things. So you can change these. You can click on these and you can change it to from it's defaulted to set ASAP. You can get a message daily or weekly or never if you don't want to know about those things. So it's going to be important as you start setting up your account, you select how you're notified. Canvas is designed to make sure communication between you and your teacher is as good as it can be. So if you can't be notified about things, it's going to you're going to struggle with what they want you to do. So those are your basic user settings. Again, you have your profile picture that you'll want to set up right away. You'll have your methods of contact you want to set up right away, and the frequency that you get contacted. So those are the things that you're going to want to get set up right away. So I hope that this video has helped you learn how to get your Canvas account going and getting you set up with that. After you get this all done, what you'll want to do then is you'll want to go into the Canvas app and you'll want to download that app from the App Store. It's free. It's in your app portal, so you can download it from there as well. When you go into that, it's going to prompt you to log in, and you'll really only have to do this one time. What you'll do, it'll ask you to find your school. You'll only have to do this one time. You'll type in that Yorktown.instructure canvas.com, and that'll help you find your school. And then you'll get the login page here, and you'll log in the way that we did before. Same username and password, even that you did on the web. And when you get logged in, it'll come up here to your courses that you have. And again, Abby only has one course right now. If we would have set her profile picture, that would have carried over onto the app. It would all come up here and carry over onto the app. And you can see here, this is the email address that she's associated with this. You see some buttons here. There's that help button again. You can get to that way. Your about button is basically her profile information, which you will have set up. There's a button for my files, and we can go through that. You don't have really anything yet until you start setting some things up. So we'll go through that a bit later. But all of that information kind of carries over. You can access your calendar here at the bottom. We haven't selected any courses yet for there, but you can select the calendar and things will show up there. You'll have a to-do list, which is what we saw on the web over to the side. Notifications are here. Again, we're not in any specific course. If I went into this specific course and then went into the calendar, we can do that and things would start popping up. See, there's a little red dot because that course was color-coded, or I'm sorry, green, because that course was color-coded green. The to-do list for that course would come up. Notifications, and then there's your inbox, that messages that we haven't used yet. So that's how the app is kind of laid out a bit differently, and we will talk about that more. This is what you'll use a lot. And again, what you'll do is you'll have courses here, and you'll have a bunch of them for all your different classes. This is the only one that Abby has at this time. But then over to the side here, these are the user settings for that course. So that is the basics of getting logged in and getting your Canvas course set up. Whether you're using the web or you're using the app, it's very similar in use. So I hope that this helped you to figure that out.